Hello Aquarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And also go check out the other videos that may pertain to you for your sun, moon, or rising signs. That will give you a much more dynamic picture of what is going on this week, all right? So let's get into it for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know? What is the message? What is the forecast for Aquarius? And the first card today is that Princess of Wands. We are going to just lay out the rest of our 10-card spread here. And we are also going to do an 11th card. That's our bonus card. It's our confirmation card. We're just going to put it right there. We're not going to look at it until the very end. And we're just going to see if that will tie the whole reading together and maybe give us that confirmation that we're looking for, okay? So immediately I see these two court cards, and we have the Princess of Wands and the Knight of Discs. So with the Princess of Wands, I think this is really the week for you to face your fears, to overcome what obstacle is in your way this week. Whatever's been kind of going on in the recent past, I think you've been preparing to just kind of to get through it, to get done with it, to beat it, to win, to overcome that obstacle. So this card to me is really representing a sense of bravery, fearlessness, courage, facing the fear, really stepping up to the challenge and acting with this just really vibrant and vigorous, fiery energy to overcome what is in your way right now. And I think what that's going to lead to is a little bit of this kind of mastery of your finances, of the physical plane. So I think in terms of your career, your income, your finances, I think it really is a week where you're going to be overcoming whatever's been in your way, and you're going to be reaching kind of a higher level of success, accomplishment, achievement, that kind of, you're on your way to that mastery, right, of those finances, of that physical realm. So I think that is kind of the challenge, and also the excitement for the week really is getting past whatever this issue is that's been kind of blocking your success. And I do see this Five of Discs down here representing this kind of financial worry or anxiety, or this just upset, this obstacle that's been in your way. So whatever has been going on, I think, is in some ways threatening your financial security or your stability or your revenue, your income. And you have this kind of urgent sense that you need to really kind of get a move on and bust through this thing. Whatever it is, I think really is going to take some, so like I said, that courage and that bravery that we get with this Princess of Wands. It's just about really getting up and doing it, and just putting your anxiety and your fear and your kind of worry about it, putting all that aside and just doing it. Just get out there and use your skills, but use your energy, use just that courage and that bravery and that fiery energy, that vibrant, vigorous, ambitious energy that you have. And get a move on with whatever this situation is, because I feel like you're really, really so close to having this financial security and stability, and just kind of being, master of the physical world, right? With this Knight of Discs, this is someone who has achieved a lot in the physical world in the terms of finances and employment and revenue and income. And I think really all it's going to take is that little bit of fearless effort on your part to get through this thing finally, and to get through this underlying financial anxiety, stress, whatever kind of friction or upset is going on in your financial world right now, okay? In terms of what you're hoping to accomplish, I think really your ultimate goal for this week, for this situation, what you really want to have happen is just to kind of to be in control of the situation. And with this Queen of Swords here, we see someone who is detached enough from the situation in order to see it objectively. So I think you're really trying to get some clarity in what's going on. You're trying to maybe see how this is affecting your future, how this is, how this should be playing out, what you might need to do in order to really get through this situation. So I think the key to overcoming this, while it is that vibrant courage and bravery and that fiery energy with the Princess of Wands, it's also going to take a little bit of detachment. And I think I was kind of getting there with this card, saying that you need to put this worry and anxiety aside, right? Just forget about this for the time being. And that is some of this detachment that we see with the Queen of Swords. And this is just someone who has very clear thinking, knows what needs to be done and how to do it, and is just objective enough or detached enough from that emotional component where you can see your way through this and you can do what needs to be done. Okay, I mean, that sounds fairly straightforward. But there are some other energies involved, some other factors that are going on. I think it might be a little bit difficult for you to detach from those emotions. We have the Four of Cups here in the recent past. And I think what this is hinting at is a recent situation. It could be kind of the same situation that we're involved with now with this kind of financial obstacle that's in your way. But I think there was a pretty strong emotional component to it. Maybe it was, a relationship that went bad, or a relationship or an association with someone that kind of left you in a bad financial position. And so you're just kind of recovering from that. Maybe somebody just kind of did you dirty and left you in a bad spot. But I think that this, it's more than just being like, okay, it's a financial difficulty, something with work or something that you need to just kind of overcome. I think there is that more personal aspect to it, a more kind of deeper emotional component to this situation that is probably making it a little bit hard to be this kind of detached and objective decision maker or planner or actor in this situation. So I think that's where a lot of this this courage and bravery and this just vibrant energy comes into play, which is really trying to get through this emotional component, get through this financial upset or whatever this anxiety and stressful situation is. It's going to take a lot of bravery and courage, especially to overcome that emotional component, to try to cut yourself off from that personal emotional aspect of it. If it was like a friend or a family member that kind of did you wrong and put you in a bad financial position, the way through it really is to try to let that emotional or personal part of it go, at least detach from that for the time being so that you can see things objectively. And I think that's where the courage comes into play. It's the courage of kind of letting that personal aspect go, letting that emotional component go, so that you can see things objectively and clearly with this Queen of Swords here in order to plan and act on what you need to do to get through this and to accomplish what you need to accomplish. Now, if all of that comes into play and kind of manifests the way we are hoping that it does, the future is really one of increase of success and wealth and revenue and income and a real kind of new beginning to your finances. I think you're going to recover from this in an amazing way, and it's going to be good. I don't think there's really anything to worry about if you're able to take advantage of this energy and these opportunities. I think that you're really headed towards some new revenue, some new financial security and stability, a new source of income. I think things are just going to increase for you, and you're going to start to see a little bit of that. I think by the end of the week and into the following week, provided that all of this energy kind of is able to manifest and you can put all of this into action. Now, don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe to this channel. It really helps us out, and I thank you so much ahead of time for doing that. I think that you still have this, I'm feeling a really kind of strong emotional or personal connection to this situation. I really do feel like somebody did you kind of wrong, somebody did you kind of dirty in this, left you in a bad position financially. And I think that now you're starting to feel just a little pessimistic, just a little bit just kind of down in the dumps about people, right? I mean, how could somebody this close to you or that you thought was a good friend or a family member or loved one put you in this position? And so now I think that you're really feeling this Eight of Cups, which is just like, you just have like a bad taste in your mouth as far as like close friendships go, about family members, about like getting your finances mixed up with family or friends. I know that's kind of like a, an old cliche that you shouldn't get involved in financial things with your family or your friends, right? But I think we all do it at some point, and sometimes it kind of backfires or it bites us in the butt a little bit. And I think now that you're just kind of feeling that, you're feeling a little bit of that regret or just kind of guilt or shame or something for having done that, and it did kind of backfire or bite you in the butt. But I think it's important to get past this, and I think this again is coming back to this first part of the reading, which is trying to have the courage and the bravery to detach from this emotional component. There's all of these emotions involved, and emotions in this financial situation are not going to lead you to that objective viewpoint, that objective thinking, that detached thinking where you can really see things for what they are and make the right decisions to move forward and to recover your finances, to increase, to have the success and get to this Ace of Discs, which is that kind of a new birth of your finances, new money, new revenue, new job or new stability, whatever the case is. It really is going to involve that detachment from that emotional component, that personal kind of insult that we're feeling, in order to move on objectively and get your success, right? Manifest this wonderful earth energy that we're seeing with both of these cards. And this is the mastery of the situation, and really just being in control of your finances. And you achieve that again through that courage and bravery and from the detachment from the emotional component. And then you can manifest this. And that, I think, is really where we're headed. In terms of the relationship with this other person, we have some more cups. So I really do feel like this is someone that was close to you, a family member, a close friend, a loved one, that, I think put you in this financial situation. And I'm not sure if it was intentional. I'm not sure if it's just some kind of, investment opportunity, or you went in business with them, or maybe you loaned them money, something like that. But now you're in this position, and it's kind of through your relationship with this person who I believe with this Princess of Cups that they might be someone your age or younger, a female energy I'm feeling, and possibly a water sign, or they have those kind of a watery nature, which they might be a little bit emotional, a little bit more kind of making decisions with their emotions and instead of reason and logic. They might be a little bit more kind of feeling intuitive about things rather than, thinking and objective observation, that sort of thing. So they kind of have that watery nature about them, or they're just outright a water sign, okay? So I think that this is the person, and I do think that it's somebody very close to you that you got involved with, and that's what led to this situation that you're in now. Moving on to the Ten of Wands that we see here. This, I think, is partly your generosity in this situation, that I think you helped this person out, or you went into business with this person, or you decided to get involved in this situation or whatever, because you are a generous person and you like to help others. You like to, maybe bring a family member into the business or into an investment or something, or help somebody out if they needed a loan. Whatever the case was, I think you did it out of just kind of the wealth and abundance that you feel inside, just kind of your spirit, your generous nature, I think, just kind of led you to just agree to this and to get involved here. And I think you had really good intentions. And I feel like you don't think you deserved to be put in this position, right? And I think that's definitely valid based on what we've seen here today so far. And this also is another kind of a twofold meaning here. It's also a little bit of a warning or a little bit of a caution about the future that is just saying, look, your resources are limited in this world, in this life. And so you should be a little bit more protective of your resources, of your energy and your spirit too, not just, your actual money, but just of your vitality and of this fiery energy, of your generosity. I think it's good that you have that generous nature about you, but you also, on the other hand, or on the flip side of this, you need to be protective of that and know that that is kind of a limited resource and that you need to protect it a little bit. And I think that's part of your concern here, is just that you don't want to be taken advantage of again. If that was the situation, you don't want to be put in this position again. And so I think with this Ten of Wands being that fiery energy, I think it really is now this sense of, well, you know what, I'm not going to let this happen again. I'm going to be a little bit more cautious and protective, and a little bit more suspicious, I guess, of people who maybe want to kind of ask you for things or get in business with you or get involved with you again. Because I feel like you really do, in general, have a pretty successful financial life. I think that it's going to be pretty easy for you to get back to this. I think it really is just about cutting off that emotional component and trying not to take this personally, even though it seems deeply personal. All these water cards here is just saying that this is something very personal. It was someone very close to you that this was involving. And it's difficult to separate ourselves from that and to be detached. But I think that is the key here for you to get back to your success and your wealth and your abundance, all right? Which I think is going to be easy for you to do once you make that kind of separation, right? And I think that you've kind of learned from this and you're going to be more cautious going into the future. Speaking of the future, the long-term kind of outcome, I see strength. I see listening to your gut to make decisions. And, with this Nine of Wands, this is real strength. This is a real balance of this fiery energy. If this was the Ten of Wands, right, it kind of withdraws into this Nine of Wands. So rather than just kind of pouring out your fiery energy, your generosity, your spirit, right, instead of just kind of letting that float so freely out into the world, and anybody that needs something from you, you're always there to offer your energy to them. You're going to withdraw that a little bit into the Nine of Wands. So it's from 10 to 9. So you're just dialing it back a little bit, where you're going to keep more of that inside and use it as a foundation, as a basis, and connect with your intuition, your higher self, your spirit guide, spirit, the universe, and base your future decisions a little bit more on that. You're going to kind of have this balance between your intuition and your kind of generous nature, your outgoing, a little bit maybe extroverted nature, and you're going to have a little bit more balance there. So the future is really one of strength and confidence and an ability to say no when you need to, right? And I think that's a big deal for you moving into the future. Now, Aquarius, we're going to take a look at this confirmation card and see what this might tell us. What do we have here? Okay, perfect. Yeah, we've got the Magus card, the juggler, the magician. This is somebody who can set their intentions and communicate their will, is able to say no, is able to say yes, is able to just make decisions confidently and communicate those decisions. Furthermore, this card is really about creating the reality that we want. This is about really knowing who we are and what we want and where we're going, and just really knowing yourself, right? And being able to express that out into the world, to make that statement of will and intention in order to begin the process of manifesting your life according to your will, your desire, your inner nature, your spirit and soul. So I think this is a really good confirmation that just says you have this ability to be very in tune with your emotions, but you can detach from them when you need to. You can make the decisions that maybe are a little tough. You can make the decisions that need to be objective and detached. You can also express your generosity. You can also say no when you need to. You have all the talents and skills that you need to accomplish your goals. And so the Magus card really is saying that yes, all of this is the right kind of energy for you. It's the right way forward. And I think that you're going to have this strength, this Nine of Wands going into the future. And yeah, you're going to be this magician, this juggler, this excellent communicator. You're in control of all of your skills and talents. You can be generous. You can say no. You can be objective. You can be just emotional and generous. You can be all of these things because this is Mercury, and Mercury is just completely fluid, can go from one state of being to the other effortlessly. And so I think this is a really good confirmation that, look, you'll be able to detach from this emotional component, from the personal insult that you've probably felt from this person. You can cut yourself off from that a little bit. You can be objective. You can make the decisions. You can manifest your success. You can have the strength. You can be generous and emotional, and you can feel, but you can also make the tough decisions. Do the hard things, right? But do the right things. And I think that's a wonderful confirmation. Now, Aquarius, if you want to see the extended version of this, you can become a member of this channel, and all of the information is down in the description box. This was your weekly tarot forecast on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Thank you so much.